into you. Hello and welcome to our second playthrough of Amnesia the Bunker. I just finished recording the last part, the supposedly boss level of Amnesia the Bunker for my Twitch. So I've been playing this game live on Twitch for like maybe a few weeks now, and it's been very stressful but it's also a very fun game to play. It's very interesting. On my second playthrough, now that I know the game a little bit better, I want to be able to do like a more fluid gameplay of it, and maybe explore the places, the areas that I hadn't before, maybe, you know, do things a little differently. Mind you, every playthrough of this game is different, so I know it's not going to be exactly the same, but still. I previously tried to start a recording for this game on a different type of difficulty, because as a New Game Plus, you are able to set a different difficulty for the game. You can even customize it for each part. But the thing was that as I was doing that, I encountered a situation which I had never encountered before, and it was fuse boxes. And so I got caught about 3 or 4 times by the stalker, which is the I've been calling the monster, but I got caught by the stalker, and I just could not see myself continuing, not knowing how it worked or what to do, because those are things I could have found out while I was doing live streaming. But because I've already played this game, I just want to play it again in a way where I can do things differently, see things differently, because I'm already familiar. The stalker itself is scary enough, so I realized I couldn't play that game mode. I was playing it on like extremely difficult or something. So we're gonna go ahead and start on normal, and maybe in the future I will do something like extreme difficulty one, but I most likely will probably do that for my Twitch, for my live streams, because it's fun to interact with you all during that. And you know how jumpy I am, so that would be a fun thing to do. Even though it stresses me out, it's fun. But today we are going to go ahead and just start a new game over again, and leave everything to default. I'm just going to go ahead and double check everything is default. And you see there, it says here, fuse and fuse boxes. This is the one where I got really confused, and I ended up making a little too much noise. I didn't know how to navigate in the darkness too well, and I just like died 4 times in a row, and I was like, this is not okay. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Maybe in the future I'll even do a random. That would be fun. All right, let's get started. I am using controller for this game. Maybe I could in the future do mouse. It would be interesting. Oh no, did we skip? We skipped the cutscene. That was a complete accident. I am so sorry, but if you want to see that, we're just gonna go ahead and continue because, like I said, this is my second playthrough. Basically, what happens in the beginning is the game's just basically teaching you how to play, and you get stuck in the trenches, but your friend Lambert comes and helps you, gets you out. Problem is that we find this big hole, and we save Lambert, but then we got caught. Nearly got caught by the Germans, and so our allies came and saved us, which I believe are the French. So now we're in the hospital, in the infirmary. And yeah, this is where we're starting. I believe Lambert is dead because of the bomb, or the mortar. So this is where we are. I'm so sorry for not being able to do that. I might try again and just insert it as a separate clip of its own. Yeah. All right, well, let's continue. So there's going to be a lot of things like these boxes where you're going to want to break them because they're going to hold items inside of them most of the time. Alrighty. Got cloth healing, which you can use a lot. There's not really much here in the beginning. So we'll just continue on. Oh, come out here. Goody, another healing. I wonder if also the game spawns things randomly, because if like I saved and I came back, would it have the same items inside or not, you know? Also, the chairs are so flimsy. I also do readings, so the gameplay might seem a bit longer, depends. We might not read everything, but I do enjoy reading them, the letters. So here we go.
Soldat Clement admitted to medical treatment following events of 9 July. Personal effects held in the storage locker. Patient remains in weak coma state. Will respond to stimuli but only for brief periods of time. When last roused, he reported no memory of recent events. Had trouble recalling even his own name. Most likely due to severity of initial head trauma. Will continue to monitor. If status does not improve in a week's time, recommend transfer to St. Etienne for neurological tests. Sign, Dr. Josinski.
I'm pretty sure I said it wrong. It's probably like Hosinski, Yoskinski or something. I don't know. Did I set that up for dates? I kind of like that better because before I played, I had set up by author, but I feel like maybe I can go in order and understand the events a little better. So these holes, by the way, are rat holes. I don't know if the stalker can come through there, really, but it's so dark. I wonder. Let me see. Make sure. Oh, interesting. Okay. Gamma. I'm going to set the gamma up a little bit because it's a little dark for me. I feel like that's a little easier. Yeah, because now the light's a little bright, so... But it's okay. It's better than... Okay, so we got that is our flashlight. Nothing to break here. Let's go read the letter.
9th of July, 1700 hours. I'm in a state of agony. It cripples my body, captures my mind, bleeds my soul. This thing I've done, this thing, It is lunch in the mess hall currently. Ugh, the thought of eating repulses me.
So that was Henry, the guy that we're playing. And one thing I could not figure out from my previous gameplay was, what was he talking about? What did he do? Because, you know, at the end of the day, he has amnesia. I guess that's the whole point. But we aren't going to be able to open this up because we need wire cutters. So that's another thing of the game that we're going to need to do. We're going to have to get through here. Unfortunately, we're going to need something to get through to there. And this will not open. It's probably locked on the other side. Alright, so one thing, let's see, what can we find in here? Here's the thing too, sometimes I load in the game and there will be like meat here. I don't know if it spawns this early or not. Maybe it's just really different. I'm not sure. Okay. So we'll do this part organically because last time I tried to do it, I tried to go ahead. It didn't make a difference. So, oh, here's the meat. There's one meat there.
That was the last one. We're trapped down here. The red fucking officers ran and blew the exit behind them. You want to escape. You need to blow it back open. There's dynamite in the arsenal. And a handle to trigger it somewhere in the excavation site. Get there. Take it out. Shit. That thing, it's coming for me. Here, take this. Finish me off, please. I want to die at the hands of a brother soldier, not that monster. There's ammo in the pantry. Get it. Do the job, please.
Okay, so, I was like, when I was playing this on live stream, I was struggling so hard because I was like, I don't want to have to kill this guy, like, but at the same time, it's like, if he's asking for help and there's nothing else we could do, what do we do? So, I thought maybe if I got the bullets before I got the gun, it would help him, but it really doesn't make a difference because it's triggered, the cutscene's triggered as soon as you leave this, like, area. Well, not cutscene, but, you know, the event. And it wouldn't matter, too, because, you can't kill the beast. You can only hurt it and make it go away. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. He tried to cover the hole, but obviously it's not important. That is my first playthrough of this. I went around literally just covering the holes thinking that it would help me or something. It really makes no difference. If really it's up to me. My perspective of this, I just don't bother. So unfortunately the only way we're gonna get out from here is we're gonna have to shoot the lock. That's always an option, but you have to remember too, we don't have bullets. We're gonna go ahead and lock that just to keep safe. And we ran out of fuel. Basically, he had put fuel in the generator, gas in the generator to keep it going, and it just shut off. So our job now is to go ahead and turn it back on. But before that, let me go ahead and save. There's only by default, there's only one save area, and it's here. There's some in the, like, other areas, but it's, like, more of a progression area, so it's really different. But in this main, here, the main map, yeah, this is the only save. So be mindful of that when you're running around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and search for whatever I need from here, and then we are going to go ahead and fuel that generator and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and put these away because I don't actually need them at the moment. So if you take a look at the map, the more that we explore, the more the map could become more visible, as well as there'll be like kind of like hints and clues of where you're supposed to go or how you're supposed to get out of here. I do know there is a kind of a particular order that I want to play this game, so we are going to do that. Because of my first playthrough, I literally just ran around trying to figure it out. So the first part right now, we're going to explore. We're going to go into the officers' quarters right there, and we're going to explore these areas. And then these 4 areas are going to be locked. We're going to have to figure out a way to open them up for our next part. So we're going to go ahead right now. We're just going to go ahead and explore the officers' quarters and the mission storage, and as well as gain some more supplies and just, you know, loot goblin it. We have another letter.
Important. When processing deceased soldiers, please check the reverse side of their ID tags for any messages, symbols, or locker codes. These are to be wiped clean before the tag is preserved and recorded.
Sorry, you heard my chickens. So yeah, every time that you get dog tags, make sure you turn them around because they will have codes on them. I don't know if you don't turn around, you might lose that opportunity. You most likely probably would.
Update to all medical and mortuary personnel. The rat problem has not gotten any better. They're swarming every dead body. They're even coming after the wounded. But the vermin have no interest in flesh after it's burned. So a new policy must be instituted. The bodies of all deceased soldiers must be burned. I have spoken to Father DeRay about this matter. He will provide proper consecration for the deceased. Remains will be preserved for families. This is not ideal, and it fills my soul with pain. But burning the dead seems to be the only way to stop the rats from coming, so burn them we must.
That's really gruesome and sad, but I mean, they had to do. So that's another clue. My first playthrough, I was horrible at taking the clues because I was really scared. I was like, I don't want to try anything. I don't want to make noise. I don't want to get caught. But you can, yeah, burn the rats or burn the bodies the rats are feeding on, and you will get rid of them from that area. Let's drop that for now.
Warning. Generator fuel is extremely flammable. Do not light any fires near the fuel. Do not fire any weapons near the fuel. For God's sake, don't even smoke your cigarettes near it. Store it only in sturdy metal canisters. Glass breaks far too easily. If it spills, wipe the area clean immediately, then dispose of the rugs outside of the bunker.
Bunker. The bunker, sorry. Yeah, I do that a lot. Oh, so another thing about this room is I would like to explore this next time when I do as a live stream. It would be fun. Like, what happens if I blow up this area? I'm not gonna do that now because that wouldn't help us. But another thing of note is this is a safe area, so you can lock yourself behind here. I forgot that this door can lock, so I ran in here at one point when the stalker was following me, and I thought maybe he couldn't get back. He couldn't go through here. He can. He'll go through here to get to you. So that's something to keep in mind, is that you need to close that door and lock it.
Order to all men. The beast hunts in the dark. The light is our only chance and the generator our only hope. It must be kept fueled at all times, day and night. A continuous rotation of runs to the main fuel supply must be maintained. Watch each other's backs. Keep each other safe. Do not let the light go. For all our sakes.
So yeah, that's like something that compelled me to just make sure to always make sure that, you know, the generator was going, because it will, the thing is, like, don't feel too safe. It will come out. It will. But it won't really come out if you've got the light going. But if you make too much noise, there's a chance it will. It just doesn't really like to come out. Okay. So he hates the light. I would say more he dislikes the light because he still comes out. Anyways, let's go ahead and do this. This stopwatch, by the way, or pocket watch, is going to be synced with generator when we turn it on. So let's go ahead and fill it up. We are gonna go ahead and just fill this one up. Make sure it's full. That way we have ample time to explore. We will be able to find more fuel as well. So sometimes I don't know how much fuel's in here, so I'm just gonna leave this one. But here you go. If we turn this on, you'll notice that the pocket watch and that lets us know. I generally only would use this if I didn't have as much fuel. But since I feel like I'm someone who likes to come back quite often, I'm going to leave that alone. I also know that I'm probably not going to need the meat for now, so we will leave that here as we explore. We will save our game. Since the generator is on, we do have a code, 2008, and that's what we will use to open this door. I wonder if I can use that same code to open his locker if it's accessible. Alright, this is where we find out.
I've not seen another human for hours now. It might be the last, but in the hope that there might be another, I leave this now so you don't waste any time. This is the only exit, the only way out of this hell of our own making. It was blown closed. It needs to be blown open. Don't bother digging. Impossible. Blow it up. The dynamite is locked in the arsenal. The detonator handle is somewhere down in the room and tunnels, deeper in hell. I go now to try to retrieve them both. Though I don't know if you exist, I pray for you. Please, extend of me the same courtesy.
This is so insane that this whole time Henry, the guy we're playing, is asleep. So you can see there's light out there. Yeah, so we're gonna try and blow this up to get across. That is the whole goal. Alright. So another thing you need to keep in mind is try not to walk too much in the darkness. Because, yeah, that's... We're gonna go ahead and move this so that we have a way to get through here. That way we don't have to open that, for now at least. Alright, so the first thing we'll do is we will explore the officer's quarters. I'm the worst at opening these. By the way, gas. If you shoot the gas tank, it will stop him from approaching you, basically. But understand too that if you are in the smoke, it will hurt you as well. There's also trips on the flooring. If you're not careful, they're traps. Be mindful where you're walking. Alrighty. I cannot remember. This is odd because the last time I played this wasn't here. So I think it really... That's very interesting. Alright. Another gas tank. If you need to run and there's nowhere to hide, obviously, you can do that, but just be mindful of your health. And you can hide in here and he won't come after you. Most likely. You can hide under the table, I believe. Alright, let's see. We got a new photo. Scratch marks. I guess it just goes to show you too that he can't break through the metal doors. Not right away, at least. So those are going to be safe. If you notice, these are wooden doors. He will get through. Something to keep in mind while you're exploring.
July 14, 1916. Night. Strange scratching sounds a few moments ago, and now it's like someone is pacing in the hallway. Probably Reynard. Drunk on the stash of wine, I know he hides from us. Best I confront him now. Either get him into bed to sleep it off, or convince him to share a bottle or two with me. July 15, 1916. Cold fear runs through all our veins now. Bernier has terrorized the men for answers. They say they were asleep until Reynard screams. I believe them, of course. Bernier went so far as to accuse prisoner number 73014 of escaping his cell and committing the murder. Impossible. I worry about him. His rage hides fear. He takes it out on the men, and I can see no way to stop it. It breeds contempt. My mind slips back to the moment Reynard started screaming. How easily it could have been me. How easily it still could be. For the first time, I wish the order to attack would come. I would rather face 1,000 German guns than this nameless dread.
This sounds like... Maybe this was before... July 9. What happened on July 9? Okay, so... So this basically, what I'm getting from this is that this wasn't... This is when the exit caved in, basically. This was days later. Actually, a week later. Okay, so when that came out, or was written, it wasn't sealed yet. All right, interesting. Okay.
To any who find this, Fournier, our commanding officer, cowers next to me now. He's lost his mind to an abyss of fear. He repeats the same refrain over and over. Flee, flee. We must flee and seal the beast where it belongs. He wants to run, to blow up the exit behind him, sealing the demon down here. The demon and our men. His constant refrain, it's getting to me. And that same void of terror, it's also overtaking me. To any of my men who see this, once we're free of this place, I will get the arsenal code from him. I will get it, and I will radio it back to you. Trapped down here with that beast. The arsenal may be your only hope. It's all I can do, all I have courage to do. Get to the communications room in the soldiers' quarters. Hide there. I'll broadcast the code to you.
Okay, so Jobert, or Jobert, I don't know how to say it. Obviously, he got out. And this was his journal. How do I uncollapse everything? Like, excuse me. Oh, there's no way. Okay. So, Jobert got out. Okay. I get it. So Gilbert and Fournier are the ones who got out. Okay. I just want to make a little more sense of the story now. It's interesting. I didn't get to enjoy the story very much last time. Oh, another thing about these rooms, though. They do have locks on them. So if you did need to hide in here, you could, but be very quiet when you do hide. If I broke this right now, this door, if I opened it, this is like an incendiary. I don't know why I'm struggling with that word right now. But basically, it'll burn the whole thing. So for now, I don't want to... I wonder if I can get a rag and clean that up. So that it doesn't burn the door. That's a thing I'd never tried before. We can try that. Ah, the tunnels, probably.
May 2, 1916. From Sergeant Gilbert to Fournier and Blanchett. Engineers have broken through our storage area and into their old Roman tunnels. They are, as we thought, structurally sound, deep, and I confess I was skeptical of this last point, but they do indeed lead in the direction of the German line. By September, we should be in position to launch a massive push from inside the tunnels. Perhaps of note, inside the tunnels we found urns, Latin texts, etc. We'll do our best to preserve some materials for posterity. Updates to follow.
So basically, this is like... Okay, so these were like months in the making. They found the tunnels. Alright, this is also another area to hide. Be mindful. He can break the door. Also, one thing I've learned is that if he approaches it and you're in it, he approaches it and his head peeks in, guess what? The game doesn't care. It's going to count it as he sees you. So he will grab you.
June 30, 1916. From Delphi. After raid of last evening, we have in custody some 20 German soldiers from the 4 Reserve Corps of the 2nd Army. This puts our cells past capacity. With one exception, I recommend they be shipped to the camps as soon as feasible. Prisoner number 73014 I would like to hold. Before capture, he ripped his rank and insignia from his uniform, so his rank remains unknown. Since capture, he has refused to say a word. I suspect he may be an officer or other important person. I believe once removed from his men, we can break him. Please advise.
Oh, so here's the crazy thing. In my first playthrough of this, I did save the prisoner. I thought maybe him and I were on the same side. I was very confused about the game. Apparently now I found out he's not. So when we go to get to that part, we're gonna have to decide. I mean, do we save him or not? Here's another thing. Interesting. My first playthrough of this game, actually, this trap was not here. Or not my first playthrough, but my last playthrough. When I had to stop. So that lets us know. Don't open the door. We don't really need to anyway. We've got areas here that we can't exactly access. Okay, Fournier's room is open. Shotgun shells. Very well. Okay. We have another letter. Man, there are very many letters, like I told you. Okay, we have a rag as well, so I can always check and see if I can clean up the oil spill, at least. Yeah. Severed hand. And severed fingers. Oh. Alright, let's see what we can read.
I have ordered increased security for the arsenal, lock and code, and I will root out those responsible for this horrendous act. Justice will be done. For France.
Increased security? Why? What happened? That was June. horrendous act. What happened?
Situation report. After Tremblain's death, the bunker descended into chaos. I've retaken control and ordered the men to form up in squads. They're to hunt the beast down and kill it. They tell me it's not possible. They tell me the bullets don't kill it. They only buy a little time, and the beast comes back angrier. Cowards. I've sent them back out now to do as they should. Hunt and kill it. If they fail, they'll face a worse fate than claws in the darkness. Alright.
Oops. Oh my god, he was scaring me. I was like, why are you making so much noise, sir? Okay, this is always closed. So, this is the annoying part. Usually, I wish there was a way to disarm this. Last time I played, there was like a explosive there, so we're gonna have to find a different way to break down this door. Either we throw like a heavy brick at it or stone. We can drag this, but at the same time that'd be probably a little too much because that's a lot of work. You have to also like be mindful of how much work and time goes into something. So let's see. Nothing here. We'll push this aside. Alright, let's see. We have a dog tag. Belial. The face of the demon. A stalker. I like to check under pillows now just in case. You never know. Ah. Extra backpack space. Oh god. The rats did this? So gruesome. Check under here. Make sure. Okay, nothing. Ah, a letter.
May 19, 16. I am now putting into writing what I have reported to both of my immediate superiors. Last evening, 14th of May, I was assigned to aid the engineers in mapping the ruined tunnels. As I entered the deepest area of the tunnels, I noticed strange glowing liquid seeping from the walls. When I turned around, the walls of the tunnels themselves were suddenly gone, and I was standing in a vast plain of darkness. In that distance, there was a sickly light that seemed to be calling me forward. Between it and me, malformed shadows moved. I blinked again. It was gone. I was back in the tunnel. It lasted but a split second, but I'm quite convinced that what I saw was no daydream. It was real. Since that experience, I have felt haunted, like a part of me is still there, stuck in the tunnels. I keep seeing shapes moving at the edges of my vision. I am formally requesting medical leave. Please, please help me.
Alrighty, so something's going on here. Besides, I forgot to make sure and double check that there's no trap there. Okay, so that's them. Oh, interesting. You guys, this is very, very interesting because every playthrough I've had of this game, the rats were down there. That's very strange that they're not. So, and there was a trap here to stop me from accessing this area. Well, it really is different every time. That's to get back to the safe room. So as you can see, the maintenance area is locked. This is somewhere I want to go first. So that will be something we are going... interesting. I mean, I'm not too worried. Honestly, they're probably going to move. We don't really need to go there anyway because we do need a wrench to get through the grate on the floor. And that is what we will be able to access all the bottles for fuel. So we're just going to go ahead and go back. We're going to explore. I'm going to go check our fuel really quick, actually. Better thing to do. All right, we are just a little under. And then let's go ahead and use the rest of this one. I am sure that we will be able to find more fuel. If not, I know that we will be heading into the maintenance area next. Ooh, that is not a lot. So let's go ahead and save. I'm going to go ahead and store this. I do find, or at least I tend to find a lot of the bandages. So one thing is that you don't want to just combine these every single time that you see them because it's not going to do much. Like what I mean to say, sorry, I blanked out. What I mean to say is that if you use all of them, you will lose them for when you need them for something else. Which reminded me I wanted to fucking check. Hang on. I really do want to check if that... I can wipe it because I've never done that. Let's see. And then we will head into the locker area. Usually if I make this much noise, he gets angry. Yeah, I cannot. Alright, interesting. So now... Oh shit. Okay. I'm not gonna be scared. That's just him. Okay, so at least the game warns you where he is. Like, I've always wondered why I get dizzy. So he's right there, which is a problem. I think as long as I don't make any noise, we'll be fine. I think he left. Ooh. Well, that fell off. Alright. That fell off, so... yeah, I forgot. So, you don't need to bomb these. I did. I burnt them. You really don't have to. I got you a little present. It didn't work. Never mind. But yeah, you can just crawl in here and it'll lead you in here. Okay. Yeah, that's the only thing is it makes noise, so be aware. We have another letter.
9th of July.
This is Henry.
The time, but dusk has fallen, and still, of course, no word. When I asked the sergeant, he shrugged, as if I was asking about when it might next rain. These fools around me, laughing, drinking, arguing. Do they know what I've done? Do they suspect it? I feel they must all be guilty of something. And yet, they laugh, drink, argue. God knows what I've done. I wonder if his judgment could be worse than my own.
Okay, so 17 hours, and this one is not known. Is this like a 24-hour thing, or probably? I don't know which one comes after the other, but we seem to be fine. I don't hear the monster or the stalker. Oh, nope, there he is. He heard me. So, oh, here we go. There's the wheel. So we need to open Delisle's locker to be able to get that, because that's what we really need right now. To get the doors opened and we can get started on exploring all the other areas. Okay. So I wanted to see if Frollo, I don't know how to say that. Has a locker. No, he doesn't. Let's see. We have Delisle's and we have Eclair's. So Delisle. Oh, here we have another empty one. Nothing. Delisle. Oh, there's. And 0454 is a code. Mind you, this isn't going to pause, okay? When you're doing this, it will be real time. So make sure that you're not being chased if you happen to have made so much noise. So we've got the wheel. The other code we have is Eclair 5507. 5507. We have more bullets. That is a med kit. You always want to make sure that you load these up, because you do not want to be shooting blanks when it comes time. Ah, interesting. I remember. There's a fuel tank here. Since we do come back here quite, I would say often, I'm going to go ahead and drop one of these. We're going to go put... There's meat here as well, so I'm going to just drop these both. Maybe this one as well for now. I don't remember what I have to pick up, but these are things that I will not remember, because I don't want to spend as much time looking through the shelvings like over and over again, which is kind of like my thing. Because so I want to make sure that I look through and I won't have to bother. Hopefully I can remind myself of that I don't need to open them. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and open the doors. There you go. They're all open now. They are all accessible to us. I want to get at least one of each of these things. There we go. And then we will save. And let's see. I want to get some stuff situated, put away. This is the only area of the game I honestly feel safe enough to run. So we're just gonna go ahead and just leave it where we had saved it. And we will conclude this area because this concludes the first part of our playthrough of Amnesia the Bunker. As we explored the first area, we were able to complete the officers' quarters and as well as the mission storage. We will be going back to those places a few more times. For now, I feel like we did good enough. Our next playthrough, we will be going through maintenance. I do have an order that I want to go through these areas instead of just running back and forth through each one. And that'll help, you know, compose it better for these videos. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for... I'm talking like I'm on stream. But yes, I really appreciate. Hope you enjoy this video. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be maintenance. And I will see you next time.
Don't be scared, but if you want me to deal life with me in the graveyard under the moonlit sky, I feel you. Now, never I'll sink my teeth into